beautiful charge.
Whoa,
This is
what
fine.
is
Oh my god, just...
What
a save!
Okay.
Hey there, everybody. We're back. It's time for some more Ori. We've got Kyre versus Iced coming up here on commentary. I'm Sigma, and joining me is Kirefel. How's it going?
I'm good. I just did stats for a race. Gave me a lot of anxiety watching it back, but I'm doing quite well. Other than that,
all right, cool. Hey, I gotta ask: were you on stats for Hydra or the other person? Snoop. Wait, no. Who? Wait, what?
What?
I was so blown away by Hydra's race last time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Snoop was. I was doing stats for Snoop, but I was I was watching Hydra for that, so that was an amazing performance getting that first seed. But we still have another fun race, and like you said, it's the Kyre Fire versus the Ice. So we'll see if it's better to be hot or better to be cold.
Oh man. Well, it's heating up here because these guys are both looking for their first win in this group, and one of them is going to get it. Their best race times, as you can see on screen, pretty close. 40 versus 42. That's either of them could easily sub 40 here in this race, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Definitely. Ice's best race time is a little closer to his PB than Kyre's. Kyre's actually does have a very nice 35 PB. So he may have the slight edge here with that practice. But again, yeah, he hasn't set a sub 40 race time. So we'll hope to see that. So tell me about Ice and actually how he played. He didn't start this running with PC.
Yeah, he used to run on Xbox One. I think he's running on PC for this one now, and we'll know immediately, obviously, if his UI is off. That's the big tell. But running on PC saves you a lot of time because you don't have to deal with any dialogue, you don't have to deal with loading zones as much. And his PB has got to be better than this on screen because I'm pretty sure that our last screen told us his best race time was a 42. But yeah, stats are hard, so it is what it is.
Yeah, a little out of date, but that's fine. And then on the other side we got Kyre, who is the fastest Australian runner. I had to throw in the accent there. Sorry, Kyre.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'll applaud that one. That was
thank you. And also he's my Fel brother, so Fel's. Let's hope he doesn't fall too much in this race.
Yeah. You only want to fall right after you get stomped is a pretty good time, and
yeah.
When you're leaving Suro is pretty good, but you have to pick and choose the right moment.
Yeah, don't fall in any spikes. Don't fall into any frogs. No lava, none of that.
Hey, look! Ice race time is correct now. So his PB is a 41:31. There you go.
So it'd be amazing to actually see a sub 40 from Ice, and he's been practicing a little bit, so we shall see. And there we go. We're in to the race.
Nice. All right. So our runner's getting started here, and yeah. So I guess a sub 40 would be definitely a reach. It's really hard. It's really hard to come close to your PB in a run. It's even more difficult to beat it. But I'm rooting for Ice here. It's gonna be fun. So we're starting off in Glades. We don't really have much in the way of skills. You can run, jump, and as Ice did, you can change your color, getting a nice light bluish green kind of shade there.
It's kind of it's almost the color of Ice. So I mean. Well, if you consider Ice in color.
If Kyre does the code and gets red, I'm gonna lose my mind. But I support not doing the code because of all the times that you can do it and get dark purple.
I remember in a race with Shed, he did a lot of colors, and 3 of the times they were the same color as the background, and it didn't work well for him. So sometimes doing color codes are not just for fun. They may be a bit slight disadvantage here, but we're fine for now, and they're both picking up their Spirit Flame.
Yep, we're fine. We've got Sign, and now it's time to beat up some Rocky. We'll see how these guys go about it. Kyre is going for the 1-2-2 method, and Ice is going for pacing. These are pretty much the same time. Kyre was a little bit faster on the first two Froggies, but missed the shot on the last one, and actually that syncs them back up, so
Nice.
a little separation, and then they met once again right at the end of the Froggy fight. And
Yeah.
both missing the jump over that spore on the ground, so, you know, both taking the tiny time loss, but yeah, no big deal.
So yeah, I was because Ice was starting off on the Xbox, I was actually wondering what kind of input method he was going to do for the mashing up shots. So I guess because he's comfortable with the Xbox of consistency and he learned it that way, I guess he's just going to keep doing it on PC, and it's working quite well for him.
Yeah, still playing on controller, it makes a lot of sense to time the shots rather than mashing, because it's very, very difficult to mash when you only have a single button to press at the kind of speed that you see people attack when they're using keyboard mouse, because most players on keyboard mouse will use the mouse wheel to spam out the shots. It's just really fast. Intentional death here from both players. They both managed to damage boost nicely down to 1 health, so they do that door a little bit faster, and they'll both be going up here to grab this 4th health cell.
Very nice safety 4th health cell. They're not out of the calibers of a sub 30, so you wouldn't expect we'd expect them to both get it. That's what many runners decide to do. Ice with a little bit more trouble getting to it, so has some slightly, but not that big.
Yeah, he turned around too early. He wanted to grab it and then already be running the other direction, but he turned just a bit early. Got out of there okay though, managed to dodge his way through the elbow, so well actually kind of low experience here for Ice. You can see the UI on, he's checking it. And this may cause him some problems for this level up, even getting only 2 from that slime. So he's got to kill a couple of these, hope to grab the drops.
Kyre also has XP problems. He leveled up too early, so
oh man.
Not gonna be able to. He's got to kill those Brombles by himself on the way out of here.
This is Goldilocks and the 3 experience routes. This experience route is too high. Ice's experience route is too low. And unfortunately, there's only 2 racers, so we don't have one that's just right. But Ice might be able to level from the flower on the way out. It's really hard to tell if he's 4 or 3 away on the smaller restream here. So he might actually be just right. I lied about the whole Goldilocks reference.
I mean, just yeah, it just shows the opposites here. We got Fire and Ice, and he's got too high experience. He's got too low. He never. Pretty interesting how this is working out so far.
Yeah, and Kyre, oh man, Kyre went for the damage boost rather than killing him. This is faster, but his health is now a big concern. The slime hit him as well. Ice does get the level up a little bit late, but that's going to be better than Kyre's pass out of here. So Kyre's at 1 health. He's going to have to shoot his way through this, and well, maybe at the last moment realize that he was at 1 because he kind of turned on the UI and then turned back from that slime. But not taking the death there is really all you can ever ask for. So yeah, that's a bit slow though. Ice will be able to move through here more quickly. He's going to be killing these slimes as well, and will now be at quite high experience. So we'll see how these players manage their experience routes coming into Blackroot.
Yeah, definitely. Ice had a little Trojan mishap. So again, just they're messed up. Just not super clean movement on the 2 different parts here. Actually, doesn't really change the difference in delta here heading to Blackroot. And here goes Kyre with his save anywhere. He's about to start, and same with Ice.
Yeah, so we get to look at their experience numbers here. We can see Kyre 34 away, which means he can kill 2 slimes. And Ice, oh my gosh, is 22 away. Okay,
wow.
That is a very annoying number. He can only kill 1 slime. He is going to have to take Rekindle on this. Oh my gosh, he took Magnet.
Okay.
Well,
this is gonna be really.
This is gonna be interesting. Unless he's doing slime genocide, and I had no idea, in which case this is a great experience number. Okay, he's not though. And I guess some menu flubs or something for Kyre there, because he's now given the lead to Iced. So
I believe when he went into Blackroot, he immediately just took a death from the spikes.
Oh.
And there you go. Iced is already killed 1 slime, so I'm not sure what he's gonna have to do with this other slime coming up.
Yeah, he's either gonna have to reload or let the experience despawn. I hope he makes a save right beforehand, because maybe if he doesn't realize his experience is just so crazy high, like he can just go right back to the save. It's not uncommon to see somebody take this and then, oh, nice catch on that orb.
Ooh. That was
Okay,
nice. So,
save. Oh, okay, that was really smart. He walked to the left, so the level of explosion did not kill the slime, so he knows what's up.
yeah.
He knows his experience is messed up, and he's gonna make a good little adjustment there to take care of it.
Yeah, that worked out well. I mean, again, very nice sense of mind of knowing what's going on. It's like, all right, yeah, I have to not kill this slime with my level up here. Kyra's not far behind Ice. He's going through these lasers now, and let's see how it makes on this cycle. Oh, so good.
Oh, just missed it. Ice got the cycle, despite having a little bit of trouble with the lantern part, the notoriously horrible part of Blackroot. He managed to get through okay, so now Ice is going to the next part. He has a safety save here, so even if this slime dodge doesn't go well, it's going to be okay, but he does it no problem, dodges those shots, and will be lighting the lantern as Kyra's coming into the last couple platforms of Blackroot.
Kyra also dodging this final slime here, and Ice is into the room. He gets the cycle. Very nice.
So good Blackroots from both of these guys, both managing their experience correctly, so they will be set up for the next trick. That's really a deal breaker. If your level up is messed up coming out of here, it's like, well, see you later. 3 minutes of time.
Yeah, very nice.
I don't think we've actually seen anybody have experience problems. Everybody's route in the tournament so far has been set for this though, so always good to see. You expect to see at least one, but nope, everybody's good. So
yeah,
we're both
good.
going to be sitting in the save anywhere here, waiting for a certain part of this cutscene to hit, and then leveling ability, reloading, and heading over to the dash tree.
None of that new Blackroot skipping we'll see here.
Oh, speaking of, Kirefel's going to do the new Blackroot thing apparently.
Oh, well, there you go.
So this saves about a second. It looks like it's losing time right now, but it's going to enable him to activate the dash tree and then get control of Ori back right there. Now he can move out of Blackroot blind. If he does this correct... Oh no, he fell, oh no. Okay. Well, I thought he fell into the bottom of Blackroot, but he only fell in a much less painful place. You can get back out from this a bit easier. But that's why people don't go for this, is because if you mess up the blind move, it's really painful.
Yeah. So he's got...
Actually...
Climb back out here.
Huh. Okay, he has more than 1 health, so he can damage boost out if nothing else, but that's an annoying little time loss for him. And oh, he's got to deal with this slime too, with only 1 health. Can't damage boost it. Oh, no, the experience is gonna level him, no!
Oh... Man. Kyra's, well, and this is why sometimes this blind movement can be a bit of a kerfuffle.
Yeah, he needs to get out of here, maybe only taking 1 damage from these spikes so he can damage boost the slime, and then he'll be able to save on the spirit well, and that'll get things back in order. But this jump is so awkward with just wall jump. He's got it this time. Meanwhile, Iced is making short work of the Death Gauntlet, and he's through. Kyre gets out this time, he'll be able to get to the spirit well and start making progress again, but man, that's a painful time loss out of that new strat.
Definitely one you not to see, so looks like he's got, if he wants to keep up that new strat found by Jite, he's gonna have to do a little bit more practice on that, but again, he's out of here and heading to his front wall.
Yep. Iced, waiting through these crushers. We'll be doing another intentional death shortly to get through one of these doors faster. So probably, well, it might take it some damage here. Might already be low on health. Yeah, already has 1 health, so just put the keys in, save, and then take death. Nice mid-air shot from the spider. Good aim, buddy.
Like, oh, thanks for killing me. Worked out. So, Iced now on to double jump.
Yep, getting under that Cronky. Kyre on the left here going through Death Gauntlet. See if this goes well. Takes 3 damage in the water there, but that should be okay. Probably going to just kill all of these things on the walls and not worry about anything else. Gets a health drop too, so should be safely through that. So that's always good to see. I think Kyre's got to be frustrated at that time loss of Blackroot, but no! Oh god, okay, there was a save. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, I did not see that save go.
Without that save, he would have gone back to the black root miss he was having. So, thank goodness we're done with that now. We're in the Gumo's hideout. We're fine. And looks like he went for a grotto cycle, but wasn't able to get it down.
Yeah, Ice nailing grotto skip there. A little bit of a high five to the runners as they go through grotto here. Kyra, I gotta say, was very close to getting the grotto cycle. Just slightly too short on one of the jumps. And that's enough to ruin it. So Iced progressing through Blackroot very nicely, and by Blackroot, of course, I mean Grotto. He already progressed through Blackroot, and that was nice too.
Yeah, very nice. And again, you gotta give a notice here with, even though Ice with the I guess longer personal best, he's currently a little bit ahead right now, heading to Ginzo.
Yeah, we've seen this happen a couple times. Generally, a runner with a better PB will kind of show their superiority more so in the late game than the early game. The kind of mistakes Kyra made, were painful, but he can definitely make that time up. But that said, Ice is on very good pace right now. If Ice can pull off like solid play from here to the end of the run, might grab a PB and might be able to just win the race even without one, because he does have a nice lead so far and hasn't really been showing any real mistakes so far. It's been nice play from him.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm wondering, I don't know if he did in Blackroot with the XP, the low XP he had to level up. I wasn't sure if that was maybe something he's done in the past or just a little mishap. But again, adapted very nicely, and so far, no real mess ups from him.
Kyra grabbing Grotto skip on the third try there, so not ideal, but once you get that platform swinging, you can get into a nasty cycle with that, so managing to recover it is very good, and almost makes that fast jump up the right side, grabs it on the second try. Ice is going to be going for this teleporter, opts to push the rock in here. If you don't get the optimal cycle on these spinning things, then it is better to just push the rock rather than to wait an extra cycle and pull it out. So he knows that. He's going to kill the slime as well, so there's kind of these little bits of things that Kyra could make time up on here and there, but Ice is not showing any major weaknesses at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't sure how much health he was at, but it just looked like he just didn't want to risk any health loss whatsoever, and so yeah, very safe strat, and he entered Ginzo with a sub 14, so very nice time from him so far, and he is on to the vertical dungeon.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to show too as well. That kind of thing might be something he just does, or it might be more of a race strat, because oftentimes these races come down to who avoids costly deaths. It doesn't take, those minute and a half type errors, and the little 1 second, half a second type little tricks don't matter so much. So Ice getting through the schemer room and gets so. Kyra's going to be going up towards the ability cell pre-Genso now. I wasn't sure if he got that level or not. I looked away for just a moment and something looked strange to me, but I'm probably just crazy.
Probably. Too focused on the verticality.
Oh yeah, it's so beautiful, dude.
All these very nice teleporters that Ice is currently going through, and he's on his way to the mini-boss. And so oddly, he did not go for the quick flame kind of kill, which is a lot easier for controller players.
Oh man. Sorry, Kyra just had a spooky moment with the spikes there, but manages to get through and opts to save. Not a bad decision. Very painful to take death there. Into Ginso with more health is always nice.
Definitely, and you usually want to take a hit on that slime to damage who's through it, so definitely would have not been a good situation for him if he just didn't save there.
Yep, so Ice is fighting this mini-boss now. The mini-boss can spawn on any of 5 locations. It's random where it will spawn, but you can tell if you can see the frame after it disappears, it shows its next location. It's not the easiest thing to catch, but you'll often see runners just go to where it is going to then appear. The first time we saw people doing that, I was like, how do they know? But it turns out you actually can't tell. So Ice is just plinking away at it, now gets it down. Not the fastest mini-boss kill, but getting through it solidly, not taking extra damage or anything like that, so we'll be set going towards Bash.
That's right, and that is that is kind of the time saves that Kyra's looking for, is able to get a cleaner mini boss cycle, and he is going to go for the mashing, so it may be a bit quicker. Oh, actually, Ice is gonna take a death, but has that save very close by, so not too big of a time loss from him. But again, Kyre is gonna try to close that gap as much as he can.
Yeah, he's gonna. You'll see the power of the mouse wheel pretty much in this next boss fight, as long as he doesn't. Oh, Iced getting clipped by the. Wait, what?
He's saved by the door.
Oh my god, I was so confused because I was like, wasn't that this ghost door? But no, he saved there first. Now he's gonna get the keys. So okay, I understand now. That's kind of neat actually. I sort of like that save. Maybe if you're at only 2 health going to that room, that's pretty cool.
Right, and you don't have to worry about dying to that spike before you make the save. Very nice, very nice from Ice. I like that. And so Kyre heading to his mini boss again. He's doing the more mashing. It looked good. 6 cycle, not bad. I believe Ice had a little bit of a longer cycle. So again, just those small time saves.
Yep, that's what Kyre needs to do. Just claw your way back in. You can wait for your opponent to make mistakes, but you do what you can to make up little bits of time until then. So Kyre moving through this room, not taking a death here, will allow him to catch up a little bit more. Nice movement there. So Ice goes to the key dupe, takes that quick death on the spike wall, but that's not a big deal because you have to place a save right before that. So that one's just like, you just shrug it off.
Takes damage. I believe that was intentional so that this key dupe, a fast key dupe there, he's gonna put 3 keys in the door and then die in the vicinity of the door. Ooh! Too far. There's a tiny bit off of those spikes where you're able to die with the key still in the door, but just went too far. And Kyre just clawing back here. He's able to get a successful key dupe. He's back in it.
Yeah, oh, Kyre takes a hit on the redirect there, trying to rebash the shot, instead runs into it. So a little bit of time loss for him, but he recovers on the second try. Ice going for key dupe again. You have to just barely edge into these spikes there, being very careful the second time. He gets his key dupe successfully, so he's still a full pass of this room ahead of Kyre. But, you know, there's definitely a shrinking gap between these runners, and you got him feeling a little nervous as Ice. Kyre breathing down your neck now.
Kyre with the key dupe now. And he gets it successfully, so yeah, this gap has come very close in Ginzo.
Yep, Iced doing the ghost door. Kyre is approaching his ghost door, so we're going to be coming up this swamp entry shortly, and this is going to be a big determining factor in this race. If Iced is able to maintain this lead by getting this trick first try, that's going to be really good for him, but it's not an easy trick, and you know, re-attempting it can cost a lot of time, and that might let Kyre pull into the lead for a bit. We'll have to see.
Yeah, he's going for hyperspeed, get in here quicker. Ice opt to not, and both of them super close, heading to the swamp entry. Definitely a trick that will decide who's going to stay ahead in this race.
Yeah, almost in the same teleport animation. Ice is going to be going and grabbing this experience over here. This is just, you know, depending on what experience route you want to do, sometimes you get this, sometimes you skip it. So that's going to let Kyre take an apparent lead, and just kidding, he's going to take that experience instead. Ice does kind of a unique experience route now that I recall. So I may forget which ones he's supposed to take, which ones he's supposed to skip. Both runners now in this cutscene skip together, so we're going to be synced going into Swamp. Let's see what happens.
Definitely. I don't know if we've seen 2 people try swamp entry at the same time, so this is definitely gonna be fun to see. Ice try and make that save.
They both want to save.
Please, let me save.
The darn frog walks over and blocks your ability to save. Okay, Kyre takes a little failure on it, but it was early into the trick, so he didn't lose a lot of time. Ice, oh, that frog position is...
Oh, Kyre's frog dies in the water. Oh my gosh, we are synced at the swamp entry.
Just got a strobe light lead change going down on the bottom of the screen there. They're both getting through some progress now. Ice has got the setup. Looks like Kyre's going for the double bash setup. Ice going for the single bash setup. They both got the shot down there. Ice is going to manipulate the shot. Kyre's going to not have it fixed. They both break at the same time.
The same time. That's amazing. They both went through different strats. We're able to same time. That's crazy.
Oh man. Okay, Ice is at 1 health here. Makes a save, so that's good. Kyre's saved as well. Ice will not be able to do the damage boost. Might not have been intending to do it anyways. It's not much faster. I think Kyra's health is probably a little bit better, so he might be able to do a spike climb here. We'll have to see. Yes, he's going to do it. And that's going to save a little bit of time, but Ice still has a small lead coming to Stomp. We're going to see this tree at the same time for both runners.
And yeah, this is Kyre from, I believe, like a 90-second deficit here. He's closed this gap with just some small mistakes there from Ice, and we got a tie game heading out of Swamp.
Yeah, synced movement through these platforms. Oh, Kyre, don't fall. Oh my gosh, that was nearly an unwanted bath there. It's not bath time just yet. And Ice is still holding this lead, but man, there's a couple tough tricks coming up. And this section is going to be really interesting to see. So Ice has got to manipulate this frog as Kyre does. They're both going for it. They want to get up to the ability cell in the top left. And Kyre does it a little bit faster. Ice opting for an interesting strat. He gets the frog to actually kill some of the stuff there so he can use a mortar worm shot. That lets Kyre take the lead. Don't take your eyes off him though, because Kuro cutscene skip's coming up, and if this is missed, it costs you 18 seconds to watch this cutscene, and by that I mean 17 seconds. And Kyre misses it. If Ice can get this, he can pull back into the lead right here, so let's check it on the right side. Ice's attempt. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, and Kyre actually went ahead and went for the reload, and he missed
it again!
He's gonna go try for it again, but I think Ice's cutscene's gonna finish, so he's gonna take a small lead.
Yeah, this is nuts. Kyre is now losing time, gets it on the third attempt, so that's good. It costs you more time to go for a third try than it would to have just watched it. So Ice's decision to just, bail out and watch the cutscene is going to work for him. Ice is going to come up and get this 5th health cell, which is going to give another apparent lead to Kirefel. But, ooh, Kyre taking a hit from the spider there. He's got to be careful going out here. But Kyre will eventually have to pick up 5 health, so it's kind of sort of a lead, sort of just a route difference.
Ice took a little bath, but he's fine, and he's not going to go for the tricky stomp to get out of here. He's just going to go for a nice wait and bash, and doesn't opt to skip that cutscene.
Kyre having a little bit of trouble with this Frankie. He wants to bait it down into the pit with him so that he can use it to bash out rather than having to spend an energy on Charge Flame. He can go around. Gets it this time though. We'll see over on the right. Can Ice nail this? Can get the low jump from the Frankie, so it's gonna stay up, but he does jump back to make it do another jump, and he'll be able to bash out as well. Both runners coming to Valley very close. Kyre has pulled his way into the lead. We'll see if he can pull off this next section well, or if Ice is going to be able to, maybe flip-flop things once again.
Definitely. The next few sections coming up are crucial for deciding who's long-term, who's going to stay ahead. We got Fast Stomp coming up, and I'm not sure if Ice actually even tries it. It wasn't on his stats, but who knows? Stats can always be inaccurate at times.
Yeah, we ask people at the start of the tournament, hey, which tricks are you going to do? And then people grind runs for a few weeks and they decide to do completely different things. So we'll have to see. And that's going to be another really key moment in this race. How the Fast Stomp goes for Kirefel. And if Ice attempts it, how it goes, or if Ice skips it. I mean, if Kyre goes for it and misses, that's a big time loss, and Ice will take the lead with that. But let's keep our eyes over on the left because Kyre's coming up with the trick first.
Definitely. And watch for this bird.
Taking 2 damage from that bird is not the most comfortable thing. Now he's in one-shot territory. Everything here will kill him if he takes any more damage.
Oh! He gets sent back! Oh no!
That's really painful. Ice places a safety save leading into this part, so even if he takes a death, it's not going to be painful. But man, that's a really, really nasty death in Valley. Ice pulling into the lead here. He is not going for Fast Stompless. He's going to grab the cell and then go up to the bird. So Kyre can make up some of this time, but that is a really, really bad death to take. That loses a lot of time, and oh man, that's not going to feel good for him heading into Sorrow.
Definitely. So you've been seeing a flip-flop as leads here, as both these guys working their hardest to get this 3rd seed again. Whoever wins this race is your 3rd seed for the Spider Coves group. And both runners so far have just been at a heated battle against each other, and they have it.
Yep, so Kyre coming up to his 2nd Fast Stompless attempt, this time still at full health, so he can afford a spike hit. It's going to feel a lot better heading through this movement. with, you know, that extra leeway. So he's got to aim this shot at a precise angle. He's going to safety save first, grabs a shot, nice shot. I think that will hit, and his movement's looking good. So this looks like a good fast stompless to me. He'll be in this cutscene that Ice has just watched shortly, and we are definitely really close to each other going into Zoro.
Yeah, that was a very nice fast stompless, and so Ice gonna go for. I'm not sure. I think he has to level up one more ability. No, he's got to save. He had that energy back, I think. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, a little bit of a kind of miscue there, checking that kind of thing. He's going to give Kyra an opportunity to touch up, and doesn't quite land the stomp where he wants, but now he's got the rocket jump, heading up to the top of Zoro. Kyra's going to take this save as well, probably because he opted for that safety save at fast stompless, and gets his charge dash, and will be now attempting the same trick. So this trick, Zoro Bash here, early entrance to Zoro Bash. It's very difficult. If Ice can get it first try, taking intentional spike boost, this looks like a good setup to me. Bonks the bird, but he can still do this. Oh yes, nice.
Oh my!
That was nice.
Woo. What a! I don't know if all that move was intentional, but it looked really nice, and actually not going for that rocket jump off that bird. So.
Yeah, I think he dropped an energy. He meant to go for charge dash bash, which Kyra just did right there, but he missed the bash, which means his energy was down, and oh, gets hit by the frog. So health may be a little concerning. Actually, probably down to 1 now, just barely living by the skin of his teeth. But we'll be able to float up to the top of Zoro, and Kyra with the rocket jump is taking the lead, moving into the lightly salted lacerators.
Very nice. Both opting to save here, so don't have to go down to the end. Iced because of his XP. Oh no! Takes his full death, but
he
we're
gets
alright.
lacerated, but he has the safety save. Kyra takes the lead again with a nice Zoro. Good play from Kyra.
Oh no! Iced again. I mean, these spikes just protrude out in such weird ways. So you gotta be a little higher. And wow, so far, he just has such a close race of flip-flopping the leads here.
Yeah, but Ice getting through on the 3rd try, and that will be good. Kyra's gonna head backwards through here with the save anywhere up, so this part is pretty spooky. It's easy to just take a hit, and he does not have enough health to survive one. So he's setting up for his terror break here. Looks like he's got the saving position, and now has to float past these spooky lasers up to the Sunstone. Ice just behind him. Kind of the story of this race has been, you know, Kyra opens up a lead, and then maybe takes some kind of big death, and Iced, you know, takes the lead back and then manages to, you know, have Kyra claw it back. And we'll have to see if Kyra manages to play smooth from here on out, or if maybe another big death curses him and causes Iced to pull back ahead.
We're trying not to commentator curse, guys. We're serious.
Yeah, I'm sorry, friends. I'm very, very sorry.
So both runners Kyra's got the Sunstone now, and he's heading out. A little bit of high five there, and Kyra's heading into Misty very soon.
Yep. So Kyra having 4 health will be a little bit more at ease in Misty than he was in Zoro. The spikes in Misty only do 3 damage, so as long as he's at full, he can take a hit from anything aside from the laser, and everything will be a-okay. So he's gonna. Whoa boy. Whoa boy. Okay, he's trying for a rocket jump downwards into Misty there, but messed up the inputs a little bit, and, you know, drifts down a little bit slower than maybe you would have liked. But he's in Misty. He's got full health. His energy is at the correct amount, so it's gonna be feeling good. And besides, I've had enough of these long deaths. I'm just gonna place a safety save now, just in case something weird happens, like you get hit and then immediately dash into something. Please don't actually do that. I couldn't handle it.
You couldn't handle some more commentators.
I can't take that much guilt.
But yeah, definitely after the few big deaths we saw from Kyra, it's good that he's opting to now play a little bit more safe. So both runners doing some very nice charge dashes through Misty.
Yep, just a brief pause for sync purposes right there, and then Kyra watching the Atsu's Torch cutscene. You have to watch this, unfortunately. As much as we hate cutscenes, that one, there's no choice. Ooh, Kyra drops in energy. We'll see what he does with this one. Might save, isn't going to. So his save, back at the start of Misty, is the last one he has, and I really hope these spikes go smoothly. Taking it nice and safe should be okay to climb, so Kyre getting that progress locked in halfway through Misty. Ice is making his way through. Ooh, takes a bit of a hit from the frog there on Ice's side, so we'll have to see if he opts to save or if he's comfortable just going to climb, but definitely in one-shot territory now, which is never a good feeling.
Definitely. And no save from him either, as he goes to the fun little question mark spikes. Does a stop. Oh! Does a stop.
Oh man. Okay, his save is kind of close, but he's gonna have to watch the Atsu's torch cutscene again, so that is a little bit of a painful death. Meanwhile, Kyre is trying to go through post-climb Misty, but is already down at 1 health, opts to save. Good choice, take that energy, make sure you got that rekindle, and getting some value out of it right away.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird thing, and oh man, Ice is not saving again. He's just gonna keep going. Maybe he won't do those stomps that we saw from him before. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that. And so he's on to climb as well, and still for Ice with a 6-minute deficit in PBs. I mean, both of these guys are very close throughout the race.
Yeah, this play has been really good out of Ice overall. Some deaths here and there, but you know, this is a rough game. There's tons of spikes, and Kyre's gonna opt to place another save there. Good choice. So he has his critical 1 energy left. This is kind of the key thing of no matter how you route your energy in Misty, you always want to have 1 left for when you get to the boss, because that lets you continuously charge dash while you're refunding it with a bash or a stomp. There, he's doing a whole bunch of charge dashes with this last energy, and it lets you do a quick kill on this boss. Oh, he doesn't quite get it though. He's gonna opt to say, okay, well, let's get another energy and try again, because fighting that boss without energy is not pleasant. This time, vaporizes it. See you later, boss. Nice job.
He just wasn't ready that first time. He need a little warm up. Yeah, but he's fine now, and he is just about done with Misty, as Ice is getting his last keystone before he can leave Misty as well.
I really liked Kyre's kind of double stomp swag while waiting for the door to open. It's actually kind of cool. I have to copy that one.
Wow, so you're just gonna copy everyone's little strat?
That's what I do, man. You see a strat that looks cool, you gotta do it.
And I'm gonna start saving in that place in Ginzo, like Ice did. Cause I like that.
That's such a cool save. If you're like damaged and you're in a race, why not? Just do that. That's pretty good.
So Kyre is going to lower Black Group Lost Grove to get the last skill, Light Grenade, so he can finish out this run here, and maybe we'll see some swag grenade jumps from him.
Yep. Taking another intentional death here on Kyre's side. This glitches the door to the right so that it stays open, because there's a ghost of Ori which is now holding that lever for all of eternity. And that just saves us 2 seconds, so he's going for this cycle and he didn't see the laser go away, so it's a little spooky, but he makes it. Nice job, Kyre. And one more cutscene skip right here. Just gotta trying to dash glide into the cutscene there, he's got it, and we'll be grabbing grenade momentarily.
That's a very nice movement. And yeah, it's just that cycle, whew, that was pretty close, but we are good. And Kyre has gotten all his skills, and even though Ice is not too far behind.
Yeah, there's about a minute difference between the runners right now, and we are close to the end of the run, so there's not much time to make up yet. Ice basically has to hope, if he wants to win this race, that Kyre makes a mistake here, but there definitely are some mistakes that cost you about a minute in this last section, like dying in the lava before Horu, or missing door warp 20 times, or, you know, soft locking grenade jump. Please don't let any of that stuff happen. You don't want to see it, but
now every single one of those things is gonna happen.
Oh no! As long as it happens, each of them in turn, and, you know, have a little bit of a topsy-turvy, I'm okay with it. But I couldn't handle the guilt if it was all on Kyre. I'm really, I gotta watch what I say, dude.
Yeah, like what we say actually like affects things. Oh my, Ice is doing a really interesting strat to get up there. He's actually gonna bash off of that bangling.
Yeah, that's kind of a neat little blast from the past. That's how we used to do it for a long time, until Fant in the previous tournament started doing the charge jumps from the left, and then we went and timed it, and it was like, hey, and by the left, of course, I mean the right. Those charge jumps are actually better. Kyre's out of energy here. He's going for a dash glide across this area, so he was definitely going to wait for this energy and make a safety save. He maybe heard me through space and time and said, no, Sigma, not taking a minute-long death right in front for you.
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna from what he saw so far, I think he's just go opt to make some nice saves, and I'm glad to see that. Ice is also making a save, and he is heading out of Lost Grove with grenades.
Yep, so Kyra looking good to get to door warp here. This trick is pretty notoriously annoying. You have to enter Horu, so we've got to sit through a cutscene for a little bit first. Now exit and reload the game and try to press up to enter the door in the first frame that the game loads. This can take multiple attempts. I believe as long as you get it within the first 6 attempts, it's faster than any other thing you can do, so you gotta go for it, and you gotta just keep trying until you get it, pretty much.
Definitely. I'm not sure if he's trying to do the time it or the mashing. You know, there's many different ways. Usually, if you are good enough practice, you can get it on first try with a single tap, but Kyra's having a little bit of trouble, and he gets it, looks like in the 5th try.
Yep. Fortunately, there's a save right there as soon as you get through the door for some reason, so that quick death in the lava does not make him do door warp again, but he's onto the escape. That's going to give Ice an opportunity to make up some of this gap, but Kirefel could definitely close it out strong here. If he gets the first try escape, then he's going to win this race, and Ice will basically just have to do his best to catch up and hope that Kyra either dies in the water or has a soft lock, but I think Kyra's going to have this one in the bag at this point.
This, nice grenade jump there from Ice. A little bit of a tribute, and he's on 2 door warp. So again, even if he gets 4 tries, they'll still make up a little more, make up that gap a little bit more. But Kyra is getting closer by the second to the final. Does that get through this poisonous water and not spawn crow? He does. And here we go. Last trip.
Alright, here's grenade jump. He's setting up his position. This has to be very precise to avoid a soft lock. Gets the angle, and now has to press the inputs grenade, then jump the next frame. Ice getting through his door warp wasn't first try, but it was some number of tries. And, you know, getting door warp is good, but now this is getting tense, because if Kyra soft locks on this grenade jump, which he's having some trouble with, then Ice will actually be in the lead at this point. And he's nearly out of energy. At some point, maybe he's gonna think, oh, maybe I just abandon the grenade jump and just go to the end.
He's got one
more try. I hope that position's right. He misses it.
He misses it. So
he's out of energy, I think.
I don't think he can. Oh.
He still had one. Okay.
Okay.
But he's just gonna walk through the end now. This is about 35 seconds slower than getting the grenade jump. I think Ice might still be out of range, even if he gets there and gets grenade jump first try. I believe Kyra is ahead, but it's really close. And if I was in Ice's shoes, I would be just beelining to that wall and trying to nail that grenade jump as fast as possible, because Kyra's still in the part of the cutscene that's before where the grenade jump takes you. So if he nails this
is
might happen.
Close.
He's gotta get up fast.
He's climbing up. And there he goes, he's at the wall.
Kyra's still at the part of the cutscene that grenade jump will skip. It's when he gets the feather out that he's safe, and Ice does not get it. My
heart, yeah, it didn't look that intense, but my heart is actually beating really fast. Because if Ice managed to get that grenade jump, oh my goodness.
Yeah, so just to go into it a little bit more, what happens with grenade jump is there's a kind of layered cutscene triggers at the end here. There's what you see Iced in right now, and then there's the end of this branch, which is coming onto camera here, as Kirefel's finishing up now. And the grenade jump sends you so far over that you land on the end of the branch and trigger the next phase of the cutscene at the same time you're watching the first one. Which means this entire part where Sign flew to the right and Iced is now walking, you just skip that and you go directly to where he is right now, which is why that grenade jump saves so much time. But there's Kyre finishing with a 40-15 in that race, taking down the win. GG, Kyre.
And I'm believe Iced is actually going to get a I think his PB is a 41 if I'm correct about that, right? So you may see a PB here from Iced.
Yeah, you're right. 41:02 coming in as his final time, which is 29 seconds better than his previous personal best. So that has got to feel good. PB in the race.
Very nice. Wow. What a race. I mean, you got to give it to these guys who's, again, like fire and ice, and the two battling each other for this third seed. And again, just the flip-flops of leads, the super close at the end there, if I was able to get that off. But Kyre, after that very intense race, is going to take the lead, take the win, and get third seed.
Yeah, so both improving their best race time. ICED even improving his PB in this race. So despite the fact that he takes the loss here, he's still got to feel good about that. It was a very strong performance, and it kept us guessing till the very end. So that's pretty awesome. And looks like both ICED and Kyre are ready to join us for an interview. So let me just drag them in, and we will talk to those dudes a little bit.
I did not think it would be that close. I don't know. I had a lot of issues in Ginza.
Hello, Kyre and Ice. Congrats! What a great race. I wasn't sure if you guys were watching the restream on that, but congrats to both you, and congrats to Kyre taking the win.
Thanks. Oh my
god. So I think the first question I definitely got asked is, were you guys watching that restream during the final escape? Did you either have it on?
I was not watching it, no.
Man.
Yeah, I wasn't watching it, but I could see that he hadn't finished yet. So
Sigma, tell us the situation that end final escape.
Okay, so you may have talked to each other a little bit in the other channel just before this, but Kyre got to the final escape with a lead and got to the final grenade jump and then missed it many times and eventually had to just, go into the ending normally. As ICED was in the middle of the final escape, and we weren't sure at the moment that Kyre, you started the last cutscene, if a first try grenade jump would pass or not. And it was super close, and ICED got to the grenade jump and unfortunately missed it, but man, it would have been, within 5 seconds if ICED had nailed that grenade jump, and we had no idea until the very end he was actually going to win, so oh my gosh, that was crazy to watch.
Yeah.
Did you make it so exciting?
No, you gotta definitely watch this one back. Incredibly close throughout. So, Kyre, into this race, were you? I'd assume, trying for that third seed. Were you feeling a bit nervous heading into this one?
Well, as nervous as doing a race. I'm always pretty nervous for a race. But I was a lot more confident about being able to get 38 or something. That didn't happen, but that's just how it goes.
Definitely. Sigma, any questions for Kyre?
Yeah, so I want to ask. You wanted a 38 in this race. You didn't quite make it, but you still took the win, and you're looking on to the bracket stage. How are you thinking about that? Are you going to do anything special to prepare, grind some runs, or are you just going to say, oh, we'll let it come and see how it goes?
Well, lately I've been doing more and more runs of this game, no resets, doing them every day. I'm going to keep doing that because, I at least want to do better than I have in the groups. So, if I can take a win out of the brackets, then, that's good, but I'm more just trying to, prove that I can do better.
Well, yeah, I think you've been doing better and better, and I'm looking forward to seeing your bracket races. I'm sure that they're going to be great, and I think you're going to nail some sick times in those, so looking forward to that. GG, and thanks for putting on a good show for us.
Thanks.
And now over to ICED. Despite the loss there, you actually PB during this race with a new best race time and PB, so you gotta be feeling good about that, right?
Yeah, I knew that my PB had a minute loss at the end, and I knew that I did really bad in Ginza, and I wasn't sure how close I would be at the end, and I don't know. I'm really happy with this. I wasn't able to do as much practicing as I could do, this past week, but I got where I wanted to be.
Yeah, definitely. This was indeed a great performance, and I'm excited to see you improve as this group is now officially done. So the seeds have been decided. So Ice, what are you looking? What are you going to try to do to look forward to the brackets?
For the brackets, well, I don't know how the race is going to go yet until the schedule is all set out, but I really want to get to sub 40 and then eventually do a 38 and then try to get consistent with that. I don't know how much time I would have for that, but in 2 weeks is break for me, so.
Well, we'll definitely see. Sigma, any questions for Ice?
I just want to say congrats on your race PB, and I hope to see another race PB in brackets, maybe a couple, because those are always the best. But I wish you the best of luck getting to sub 40, and in your brackets, I'm going to be watching. It's going to be great.
All right, thank you.
All right, so thanks guys for joining us. That wraps up our Ori races for today. We just had these 3 quick ones for you in the afternoon. If you're really hungry for more Ori and you missed the last couple, I recommend going back and watching the VODs because those last 2 races were crazy. But if you want more Ori, we've got more races for you tomorrow, starting early at noon Eastern with our first one, and then a whole bunch over the weekend. And if you're here for Key Sanity, if you're those Key Sane types, then we've got that starting up in 10 minutes just on this channel. So hang around and you're going to see some Key Sanity tournament action coming up soon.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
A bit of trouble with this hanging rock. Almost gets him on the second try. The rock's settled down now, so they're oh gosh, goodness.
That's what you were talking about. That's why it's scary, for exactly that reason. If you die in this wall jump era, you get sent back to wall jump, and it just feels bad, man, every time.
It's really rough, and you see all
the right side. Well, no, yeah, you're good. You just said what I was going to say. Disregard. False alarm.
All right, so Matt's gonna go for this. No, he's not.
What just happened with that shot?
I think he dashed as soon as he bashed, and that like took away his bash invulnerability and caused a shot that was in his hitbox.
Slime. Zeph has been making it through very nicely, though. We still didn't see a safety save from Nad, so Zeph is making her way through this. She's actually progressing through Misty Woods faster than Nad did because Zeph has that energy for charge dashes that Nad accidentally burned. So Zeph, I think, is gaining time here. Certainly gained time from...
That I can follow your references better, but I'm glad that you did. Okay, so Matt not getting it on the first try. In his last race,
oh god!
Ooh, that's a Baneling.
Sorry, that was Zeph. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, in his last race it took him 6 tries to get it. Looks like that was third.
I got
to tick.
Yeah,
and here we come to the final grenade jump. Can he get it and skip the last cutscene? Oh no!
It's a soft lock, so there Ori started to veer to the left at the end. If he accidentally hit a trigger, which causes Ori to try and walk to a certain point, or move to a certain point, and that's so brutal sometimes, but still a really good run coming out of Snoop. I'm sure he's going to be pretty happy with his time overall.
Yeah, we're looking to be like a minute away from his PB if everything goes well. Oh my god, Kirill, please! No, you can't.
The fire's catching up too, and here comes Kirill. He's going to bash up, and he's just going to...
Late, but that's going to be better than Kyre's pass out of here. So Kyre's at 1 health. He's going to have to shoot his way through this, and well, maybe at the last moment realized that he was at 1 because he kind of turned on the UI and then turned back from that slime. But not taking the death there is getting under that Frankie. Kyre on the left here going through Death Gauntlet. See if this goes well. Takes 3 damage in the water there, but that should be okay. Probably going to just kill all of these things on the walls and not worry about anything else. Gets a health drop too, so should be seen.
It's intentional, but it looked really nice, and actually not going for that rocket jump off that bird, so...
Yeah, I think he dropped an energy. He meant to go for charge dash bash, which Kyre just did right there, but he missed the bash, which means his energy was down, and oh, gets hit by the frog. So, health. Kyre's still at the part of the cutscene that grenade jump will skip. It's when he gets the feather out that he's safe, and Ice does not get it.
my heart. Yeah. It didn't look that intense, but my heart was actually beating really fast.